you very much for the opportunity to give this presentation on the disparities in the world about longevity and wellness. I have to thank you very much, Professor Kengsak, for the nice invitation. Unfortunately, this year I'm not able to be in presence in Bangkok, but I hope next year I will be there. In the meantime, I'm going to show our data that we are working together with University of Sapienza, Rome, UCSD San Diego, and Lund University in Sweden, together with Great Health Science, this worldwide network of research on longevity that is going also to involve Thailand. So there is no doubt that these topics is very hot. And I think is really, amazing when you are looking at the life expectancy in longevity and wellness. There is a big disparities between regions of the world. You can see that in United States and in European, they have the highest level of life expectancy, more than 80 years old, while in Africa region, they have the lowest, not even 70. While there is an increased life expectancy tendency in Southeast Asia, including Thailand. So these disparities needs to be evaluated, and we have to try to equalize this difference as soon as possible. Now, we know that in order to impact life expectancy and longevity, we can work on slower the rate of aging in order to reduce the timing of reaching disease threshold. So this means that total health system organization is crucial in improving life expectancy. So in order to work on discrepancies worldwide, it is important to increase the health system organization to improve wellness and longevity. So this is the first message we have to reach together. Working in better control of disease, such as COPD, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, we can definitely reduce these disparities between the continents. Now, since I know that Professor Kengsak is an expert in economics, I was looking which are really the most important opportunities that we can have worldwide to reduce these disparities. Definitely, you can see the most important are healthy eating, nutrition, and weight loss. So in order to control longevity and increasing wellness, you have to control your food intake. Then physical activity is also linked. So there is a need for people that are not doing physical activity to increase that in order to increase longevity. But also it is important to look at personal care and beauty, wellness, tourism, real estate. So there are a lot of topics that we can contribute in order to decrease these disparities. What is the problem? The problem is that in order to achieve each one of these, cofactors to increase life expectancy, you need to spend money. You can see that from this worldwide evaluation, the global market of increasing lifestyle and longevity is about 5.6 trillion. And the most expensive part are related again to the food, to the personal care and beauty, and wellness and tourism. So what this means? This means that the reason why the United States and Europe, the life expectancy is increased and the wellness is because these people are more rich than the other part of the world. Very simple equation, but means that if you really want to have a good life expectancy, you should be rich. And this is exactly confirmed by this tendency in the global wellness economy market size, because it is expected to increase in the next 5 or 6 years as the value is going to be 8.47 trillion. So there is no doubt that the economical aspect is linked with how much money the region has in order to improve the health system and also wellness and longevity. Which are the 3 most important cofactors that are going to increase and spending money? Wellness, real estate. So people are trying to, to buy a house in a place where the quality of life is good. The tourism that is also linked with a lot of, for instance, now many people are going to have vacations and tourism in order to go, for instance, in Thailand is one of the preferred places in order to increase their wellness, and also thermal and mineral springs. So it seems that the three topics that are most influencing in order disparities are having the money to get these three objectives: wellness, tourism, wellness, real estate, thermal mineral opportunities. So this is really interesting. That means that probably if you have money, you have the possibility to improve your wellness. But let me tell you that this is not confirmed by the fact that if you are rich, you are going to have a very good possibility to have increased life expectancy and wellness is not confirmed by the data from the blue zone. Because now I am showing you that the people that are coming from the blue zone has nothing to do to be rich and having money. And in fact, looking at these people in Sardinia, you know, that are in this Ogliastra region, living 100 years more, they never traveled. So they are not linked their wellness with the opportunity to travel. And, you know, the quality of life in terms of real estate is quite, you know, unusual because they don't live in a fantastic house. They just live in a country and having some kind of good wine they produce, olive oil and friendship. So it seems that in reality, these disparities are not linked only with the money in cash. And the same, for instance, for Costa Rica, and where you see that people are not really having a fantastic house real estate, but very simple, and the same in Greece. And also you see the only problem situation quite linked with the increase in health economics and the longevity is Loma Linda in California, where these people are more prone to have a kind of, you know, progression. And we have an example actually in Singapore. Singapore is trying to become a hub for wellness and longevity. And Singapore has nothing to do with the typical lifestyle of Sardinia or Okinawa and Greece and so on. And so at the end, for instance, Okinawa, Japan. I have been in Okinawa recently, and I can tell you that people in Okinawa are, first of all, not traveling. They are there since many years. They have a very simple life. They don't buy a house. So I think at the end of the day, the concept of longevity is not only linked with the money you have, but also to enjoy sunshine every day, be grateful. So simply things that are going to impact wellness and longevity more than money. So it is kind of disparities that we can work, try to also put together this basic concept of how to have a good life with the simple things, but also having some money. But I think the money is more impacting the health system. So at the end of the day, the only difference is if you have a disease and you have money, or if you have not the opportunity to get a good life in your area, you can buy a house in a fantastic area. So this is something that is not linked with the people that are really living there from many decades and having simple life. And this is exactly what they have in common. The blue zone is not really the possibility to travel, is not really the possibility to have a real estate to buy, but simply to have simple food, active lifestyle, family prioritizing, social day life, stress-free. So at the end of the day, let me tell you that this concept on how we can reduce disparities is a mix of a simple concept in your daily life linked with the possibility to have money for your health system organization. Let me tell you that the same concepts are coming from the area where we are making the research in south of Italy, that is Cilento. What is special in Cilento? That is the place where the food is very simple and where Mediterranean diet was discovered by Ansel Keys. So the adherence to Mediterranean diet in this part of South Italy is linked with the possibility of years of life expectancy of women is 92 and men 85, much more than even Okinawa and other parts of Italy. Just looking at these people, you see, we just think that to be happy, you don't need to have money, right? These people are always smiling. So at the end of the day, you can have a lot of money, but if you are not happy, you are not able to have wellness and life expectancy. But look at this woman. She's 102 years old, but the beauty is part of her daily life. So you can have beauty without buy very expensive cream for your skin. So this is something that we have to put together in order to reduce disparities. And you see, when you talk about physical activity, you don't need to do gym, right? You don't need to go have a kind of exercise forced, but simply agriculture in the garden outside your house is going to be good physical activity. And also what is important that you have a daily activity. You never have to think, I'm going to be old so I can drive, we can be happy. So there is a lot of things that are coming from this area in the world where we have this experience with longevity and wellness. The adherence to Mediterranean diet, you see these doctors from Thailand, she came with us and she enjoyed the simple food, but olive oil is always something that I think we should include in our diet. I know that olive oil is not the base of Thailand, but I think that is important to put at least the olive oil with goat milk, dried figs and beans as basic of the food. Anyway, it is important to have simply food. And we show that when we went in Wasai, south of Thailand, with the people from National Building Institute, that these people are living longer. They're very simple life, not really villa on the rocks. And also, the food was quite similar in simplicity, vegetables, chicken, and so I think it is important to have this kind of stuff that are common worldwide. What we have special in Thailand is meditation. And I think meditation is part of a lifestyle, and meditation you cannot buy, right? So at the end of the day, these disparities are basic on economical difference, but you can try, don't think that the money are the only way to increase your life expectancy and wellness. But let me conclude, at the end of the day, which are really the possibility in laboratory, in science, we have now to monitoring how these lifestyles change are going to impact our wellness, longevity, definitely genetics. And we know that microbiome is going to be very important evaluation in life expectancy because many genes from bacteria in our intestine are going to be mirroring your life expectancy. But what is important that when you are going for this to change your diet, you really want to look your macrobes into the gut to see if there is any genotype changing. This is, for instance, the example from Cilento region when you see the elderly people have totally different genes into the microbiome compared to the middle-aged population. So the genetics is always important to measure and to compare. And genetics, the question is, okay, how can I really impact life expectancy? Can I change genetics? So it means disparities are becoming not changeable? No, because you can change genetics working on epigenetics contributors. So at the end of the day, now science is demonstrating that disparities are based on genetic difference, but if you are going to change your lifestyle, your diet, your physical activity, your medicine, your activity, you are going to increase your life expectancy working on epigenetics. Means that the chromatin and the nucleus can change based on this difference. This is a good news. So, and from this study, we demonstrate that offspring of semi-supercentenarians have a lower epigenetic age than age-based controls. And that centenarians are younger than expected based on their chronological age. And this is what is important. Means that for young people, you have to work on the epigenetic possibility to change their life expectancy and wellness, while in elderly people, genetics are more important. Let me thank you again, Professor Kengsak and all people from my friends Bangkok and National Building Institute for this opportunity. I cannot close my talk without saying thank you, my co-workers, partner, Professor David Brenner and Tatiana Kiseleva from San Diego, Professor Ole Melander from Sweden, Professor Suzuki from Okinawa, and last but not least, Professor Paola Antonini, my wife. And if you have any need for contacting me in the future, please use this email. I'll be very happy. I hope next year I can come to Bangkok and discuss these topics of disparities. And I hope next year these disparities are going to be reduced compared for today. Thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you so much.